Yep.
Okay, first thing, within the last hour, the Tualatin Foundation announced the 50 people on the men's side and the women's side, 50 each, for the 2017 Tualatin Award watch list. Mr. Josh Byrne was one of them. Congratulations. Coach, if you'd open up with a comment on tonight's game.
Sure. Obviously proud of the result. We played well, and it was our first midweek game. Short time for preparation, and I guess the thing that I was most proud of is that we stayed to the plan. Obviously, a few little minor glitches, they're going to happen over the course of time, over the course of a game, but I haven't had a total chance to look at some of the stats, but certainly facing off Kyle Gallagher did another good job at the X, being 23 or 27, and even Michael Altman took a couple at the end there. 16 to 17 on the clears, and one of them was Brendan Lynch. We just threw it away right before we stepped it in the box. Those are two big turnovers. Obviously, the ground balls kind of went our way a little bit, and I give NJIT a lot of credit. Those kids, they played their butts off all the way until the end, and wish them well. And we are now, not to take something out of Coach Belichick's word, but we're on to Georgetown.
Coach, it seems like from the first to the second quarter, that's when the offense really got going. Did you see a difference, or was it kind of just the offense just picked things up?
Yeah, no, I mean, again, we had a couple of looks in the beginning, and then we slipped, and then we might have missed one. That made a save, whatever it was. So it didn't. We weren't going to panic. We just we certainly would have liked to get off to a better start, but. We knew if we just stayed the course that it was going to start to lean because we were getting some good looks. We made a little bit of an adjustment with Josh and kind of moved the crease around a little bit just to give a little bit more green for some of those guys up top, and then things started to drop in, and then Josh, kind of honed in and put a couple on the goal, and I think that probably made some people relax.
Coach, your thoughts on Josh getting named to the Tualatin list tonight?
Yeah, I'm thrilled. It's a deserved honor. You get a chance to put a guy or two up. It's got to have to be. It's not someone you can just throw up there because it's going to look weird. And we just, as a coach, I just nominated him. There's obviously a board, and there was a big dinner tonight in the city, and that was the first time hearing of it when Mr. Sheehan mentioned it. And I think it's a well-deserved honor that he is right now at this point in the season considered one of the top 50 people being considered for one of the most prestigious awards out there.
How big of a confidence boost is it for Kyle Gallagher to get have an amazing day at the faceoff?
Yeah, I mean, it's great for Kyle. Again, I think we were sitting here maybe a week and a half ago, and it wasn't so great for Kyle, right? It was, we didn't win many faceoffs at all, and Kyle has turned it around. And a credit to him. Credit to guys like Josh Byrne, who maybe encourage him to go out and make sure that he gets out there. Joe Cusius, a guy that's redshirting on our team, is out there facing off against them, and we love his progress. When Chris Clark comes back, we're thrilled because for the first time in a long time, we're going to have a two-headed monster at the faceoff. We haven't had that in quite some time.
The goal that you scored came from midfield. Was that a case of seeing an opportunity, taking it, and having it be a lucky shot, or were you surprised at it?
They're in the 10-man ride, so the goalie comes out, we send it, bump a pole up, so the net is open. Coach D was yelling at me to take a look at the net, and I just shouted and lucky went in.
It was really a good job by Josh and Ryan and Jimmy Yanis, because those are the guys that noticed the 10-man, and they're told to communicate that forward. And then as Cavi came out of the box, if he was able to get his hands free and kind of step, they get that front step towards the goal, and it's just a matter of good aim at that point.
Are you thinking goal on that when you shoot it, or is that just something where you're surprised that it goes in?
No, I was just obviously trying to throw it in the net, but I knew Ryan and Jimmy would do a good job in backing it up if I were to miss. We would get possession and try and set up an offense, but I was going for the net there, yeah.
Josh, just going back to the watch list, what does that mean to you? How does that feel to be named for that watch list?
Yeah, obviously it's an honor every year named to a list like that. But that doesn't really mean anything. We're focusing on Georgetown now, so I'm just ready to go.
Yeah, just going back after last season against Georgetown, what are you looking for from your team to come out with a victory?
Revenge. Obviously, I personally have the best game. Team didn't have the best game, and yeah, we want some more here.
Josh, why do you think you clicked in the first 3 games here, specifically tonight?
I have to say, a lot of guys that don't look at the credit, they only get the stats, like Alex Mosier, Dylan Mulvins, and Benny Kavanaugh, with igniting our offense and creating the space for me to get my hands free. And like a lot of times, yeah, you see me with 7 goals today, but you don't see everybody else and the work that we put in practice. And honestly, you just gotta take your hat off to those guys.
Josh, how was it to have kind of a lopsided game today after your first 2 were nail-bited with the 2-goal win each of your first 2?
I don't know. You try to really have the same mindset throughout the whole thing. It doesn't matter really who you're playing, whatever the score is. It doesn't matter if you're up. It doesn't matter if you're down. You gotta have the same mindset, and you gotta execute. You gotta play very well, and just no really excuses.
Did you feel like the second quarter you guys had a different mindset? Your coach talked about it a little before, but you guys really exploded in that second quarter. I think something like 6 goals in 4 minutes. You know, what was there a turning point at the break between the 2 quarters, or?
I think really just like in the first quarter, the ball wasn't really falling for us. You got to give Kyle Gallagher credit when he's winning faceoffs, giving us the ball at back-to-back times, and allowing us to go on those kind of runs, right? So, all right, we made a little bit of an adjustment, crease, and everything started to work out.
Coach, what do you want to see at Georgetown?
I just want to see, we're gonna practice tomorrow. It's, this is one of those trying weeks. The guys obviously come here, they want to play games, right? So we got that rolling this week. But tomorrow has got to be a practice, and it's going to be a quick turnaround. So tonight is about taking care of our bodies. Tomorrow, we are ready with a Georgetown scouting report. Got a chance to watch them in their last game versus Towson, which was a 1-goal game. And so tomorrow is game plan and making sure that we get everything that we got to get in. Thursday, we'll adjust to see how much we can get in on tomorrow. Friday, we're getting a bus. We'll head down there and we'll practice down there, get the bus right out of us. As far as Saturday goes, I think it's just going to be what's the equation on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Obviously, they've gotten us, the last couple of years, and like Josh said, he does a lot of finger pointing to himself. Like when things go bad, he blames himself. That's a sign of a good leader, and he did not have his best game last year. He knows that. Last time we were down there, it was 5-0 before we could even sneeze. And we got to come out and do a better job. They're a talented team. They're coached by a Hofstra alum. It's going to mean a lot to him. One of their assistant coaches is a guy that played for me at one point in time and coached here at Hofstra. So there's going to be, not only the players want to win, the coaches want to win, and there's going to be a lot of competition on that sideline. I feel bad for the refs.
Coach, so 14 goals over the first 3 quarters allowed you to put in Robert Casey, who's a freshman, and he made his debut. Can you talk about what you saw from him?
Yeah, it was great. It was great. Bobby, sometimes that backup quarterback, that backup goalie, he doesn't get the credit. Bobby Casey he played the last quarter, but in the 11 quarters leading up to this last quarter, he has probably been the best guy on the sidelines that I have seen in quite some time. I mean, he has been there for Jack. He has been a guy that is hooting and hollering and is there when guys are running off the field. And for him to go out and get a save or 2 today, I think it was awesome. To get a lot of guys some playing time today, it was great because those guys, they deserve it. They work just as hard, if not harder, in practice.
Anything else? Thank you.
Thank you, guys.